Hey folks, this is Jeff at Wickedoil.com. It is the 20, I don't know, it's the end of January 2024. It's the 28th, I think. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the folks over at Misic Nomad. Not that I'm sponsored by them or anything. They don't know who I am. I would just like to say that I've been doing my own setups on my guitars for 20 years. And I've been okay at it, decent enough, certainly good enough to make a guitar play better. But I never really, I just never really knew how to be consistent and really get a result that I could be proud of. Now, I mean, I've done setups for other people, not a full-on setup, but they were having a problem. I took their guitar aside and started doing some, intonating them and just some real basic stuff. I've never done a fret job or anything like that. I've leveled them, but that's another story. But in the 2023, I kind of went from just some hodgepodge tools to I started buying some targeted tools for doing setups on my guitars. I've got 12 electric guitars and 2 acoustics and a bass, and I kind of need some tools. And I started, I've like everybody, I've watched videos and explanations. This is the easy way, and if you're not doing it this way, you're stupid, and all that nonsense. But I bought a couple of Misic Nomad tools, and I'm not saying they're the greatest tools in the world. I'm saying they're decently priced and they're practical tools. I mean, I guess if I was a professional, I don't know. I have Stu Mac tools too that few and far between because they're so damn expensive, but they are good tools. Anybody that buys their tools, you can complain about their prices all you want, but you get nice tools from them. Misic Nomad is more practical, reasonably priced stuff, and I have a fairly good collection. A lot of it is Misic Nomad stuff, and I've even bought their little yellow fret files now, or not fret files, nut files, and that was kind of a jump because I spent well over $100 buying a set that's just for doing guitars, and I was like, I don't know, man. I had a set of the the regular, I don't know what brand they are, but the ones that it's a file, and it's got one size cut on one side and a different slot size on the other, and they're pointy, and they work okay. They're good for an initial cut because they have an edge on them if you were cutting a new nut. But anyway, these Misic Nomad files are round. The cutting surface is round like a string, which is what I wanted, because I used to cut with those other files, and then I'd take a string, a short piece of string, and I'd put it in the slot, and I'd run it back and forth and kind of aim it at the peg that was for, and kind of give it more of a smooth, rounded cut. Well, these already do that, because they're rounded, and they work pretty good. They're diamond, I don't know, embedded or veneered or whatever you call it. They work really good, and my shout out really is not so much about those as it is about they have all these videos that tell you. I mean, the tools come with a little booklet, and you can just open it up and get the specs for the starting point. And it's like this for my SG. They have a little gauge that you just measure under these under the strings at the first fret, and you cut your nut until you get the right height here, and then you come down here to the 12th, and you've got another gauge for measuring the height here, and then you've got a nice level cut here. And I'm not saying they're doing anything new or special. I'm saying that they have an entire free video setup instruction series on how to dial in your guitar, and it works. Okay, and I mean, I'm not trying to wave their flag for them so much as I'm just saying that instead of all this, a little bit from this person, a little bit from that person, a little bit from that guy over there, you got one source here, and it's free. Just go on YouTube and look up Misic Nomad, and they've got a gangload of videos that tell you detail. They don't just tell you how to set it up, they tell you why you're setting it up like that, okay, which is cool, okay. And check them out, okay. If you want to learn how to do this, I sat here yesterday, had the day off, and I was like, what am I going to do today? I don't want to get into some big project. And I thought, hey, I know one thing, I wanted to get this guitar really dialed in, so I went and set it up the way they teach. And they teach to set the start. This is a starting point. They teach to set, get your fingerboard neck straight, and then I'm saying something a little out of place here. I did it with the strings off. I set it nice and flat, get a nice flat neck, then I string it up, and then I do everything. And then after I did the nut up there, then I come down here, and they want you to measure at the 12th fret with a gauge. You stick it on there, and you measure from the top of the fret to the bottom of the string, and they want you to start at 60 thousandths on the, I almost said the driver's side, on the, it's the driver's side, I guess, the low E, and then the 50 thousandths on the high E. And I set it like that, and I was like, still a little higher than I like it. So I dropped this side down to 50 thousandths and 40 thousandths on the high E, and that's pretty damn close. I mean, it plays great. And then they have instruction on the heights to set your pickups at, and how to get them so that they play even, because when you flip from neck to bridge or vice versa, you don't want a big volume difference. What you want is a tone difference, okay? Well, I'm telling you what you want. That's the standard way of doing it. You set it so that the volume doesn't necessarily change, just the tone. And then you got, this side, you got the height side to side, so that when you go from bass side to treble side, again, you're not having a big drop off one way or the other. It's just changing in tone, okay? It's changed in tone, but we want the same volume, okay? And then if you have issues, you can individually change the pickups here so that you get even all the way across the board. So my shout out is to Misic Nomad. Thank you. Your information is much appreciated, and it makes it easy to just say, you know what, unless somebody has a tool that's way better than yours, that's going to serve me better, I just continue to buy Misic Nomad tools because they work for me. So that's it. So anyway, hope this helps everybody, and please visit us on the web at wickedoil.com. and get some lubrication for your vehicle. My Harley, when I bought my Harley, it was in the middle of the summer. I'd go for a ride, and I've got a gauge on the oil tank that tells me the basic temperature of the oil, and it was running like 210 or 2. Let's see. Yeah, it was like almost 220 degrees. So God, it's been so long since I did that. Anyway, the oil, when I put Amsoil in, it dropped the temperature of the oil almost 30 degrees. Okay, that's significant. That lets you know how good of a product it is right there, because if the temperature is dropping that much, that means it really is cutting down on the friction. Okay, good stuff. Anyway, did the same thing with a lawnmower. Had a lawnmower that was overheating. I mean, like it was going to catch on fire in the middle of the summer. I swapped the oil out, put Amsoil in there. Bam. It was like almost like put a turbo on there. Sounds silly saying that. Oh, it can't be like that. Try it. It's pretty damn cool. Anyway, thank you. Have a wonderful day.